Hey guys, this is our final video, and Celia's gonna join me as soon as I figure out how to add her. So I'm hoping that she's gonna appear on here, and then all I'm gonna do is add her request to be in your broadcast. Add viewers. We're gonna see if she gets an invite from me now. I think we did this at the beginning of this group, or I can't remember if that was this group or if that was the little event that we did the other day. But we have done it before. Okay, so now Celia's watching. Celia, I think I sent you an invite. But if not, I think you can request to join. Oh, here it says add. Okay. Look how tech savvy we're being.
Hey!
Yay! It worked. I was like, I've never been on this end of it.
This is so fun.
It really is. And now we're just live on the page, which is great.
Okay, and because of my eyesight issues, I have to like lean in to see who's there.
Okay. I think I can see it. So if someone asks a question.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Yay!
guys. Oh, so many people are on. I thought this was going to be a bad time for everyone. So I'm
Me
glad
too.
people are.
Oh my gosh, you guys, 21 days. We did it!
We
Yay!
did it.
Like I have no plans to like go eat something sweet tomorrow, but it just still feels like such a big deal that we did 21 days.
Yeah, it is a big deal. And I know for anyone who, if you've never done a challenge like this before, it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
I'm curious for y'all to say in the comments if you think it felt like it just started and it went by quickly, or if it feels like it's been forever. Because I feel like people will have a different perspective, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's like both at the same time. Like it kind of seemed long, but it also kind of feels like we just started.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Okay. So,
So while we're
do we
waiting for
want to
people
talk
to get
about what's
on,
next?
we just wanted to talk about and see if you guys could put in the comments like what's next? What's your plan? And so while you're putting in comments, I think Katie and I we're going to talk about some ideas, our next plans. Um, I'll start. So, like I said, I don't have any plan on doing anything big. Like, there's nothing I'm craving. There's nothing like I did fat bombs during the 21 day challenge, and like I want to do more of those because I really liked them and they satisfied me. But um, but it's kind of like I'm glad I did it and I learned a lot and I feel like I accomplished a lot. But it's also kind of nice to have the freedom to like if I choose to do something else,
Yeah.
I will. Okay, Cheryl's saying it went by quick. Lori says keep on doing it. And it went by quick. Yeah.
I'm glad you think it went by quickly. I feel like that's a sign that it wasn't too painful.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Celia, what did you do?
What did I do? The fat bombs? FATBOMBS? Is that what you're asking? I think I posted in the group the recipe. I had like little ice trays and it's like coconut oil and coconut butter, coconut flakes, lots of healthy
Yeah.
fat, and cacao powder, vanilla. I think that was it. I'm gonna maybe put some nuts in next time or kind of change it up a little bit. But I really liked them because they were small and I could just grab a couple of those and they just kind of satisfied that little need
Yeah.
to snack or have a little something. Yeah. So those were good and they're super easy.
Yeah, they're really, I just melted all mine
in like a bowl in the microwave and then I poured it in. I'll
Yeah,
actually put in the comments when we get done. I bought little like chocolate molds that were really easy to use and I got them off of Amazon. So I'll share those if y'all are looking for them. I think so you use ice cube trays, right?
I did, and mine were from Tupperware, and they say that the plastic is different now in Tupperware, and it's supposed to be better. But the ice
Yeah.
trays are really nice because you pop it over, you flip it over, and it has a little indent, like it's kind of like silicone, and you push it in, and it just pops right out. So they're also very
Yeah.
easy. But
Yeah,
Katie and
that's
I were
kind of
talking for anybody that's Plexus ambassadors going to convention. We're talking about like our snacks and our food for convention, and we're both bringing those because we can throw
yeah.
those in a coffee and make like bulletproof, and then also just have them in our bag to snack on. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, and I actually think that that's an idea for those of you who are struggling with coffee still, like you haven't found exactly what you really
Mhm.
like in your coffee. You might play around with some fat bombs and you can kind of do what you want. You need like an oil. I mean, it's supposed to be fat, so you could use ghee or oil or butter or any of that stuff. So I think you could play around with that and just keep them in your freezer and pop them in your coffee every day. So
Yeah.
that might be something to try if you still haven't found a creamer or an alternative that you're really loving.
Right. So Lori said that she felt it wasn't bad at all and didn't have sugar cravings, but you wanted to snack, Lori. So what does it say? See, I have to refrain my brain about fat being good. Yeah, you do. It's healthy fats. It's good stuff. But Lori, so you felt like you wanted to snack, and I wonder if you didn't have cravings, if it's a habit.
That
That's
would
what
be
I found when my cravings were all gone and I was still reaching for certain things. It was like, okay, why am I doing this? This is just a habit of something that I'm used to doing. Um, I don't know. Because if the craving's not there, that's probably what it is a habit. It's a mindset.
yeah.
Lori said, "Yep." So it's a habit. My habit used to be dark chocolate and a glass of wine. So I don't know what you're snacking on, but mine was not a good. It was not a good habit, and I wasn't even craving it. So at some
Yeah, it's
point,
just
I
a
just had
habit.
to go, what am I doing? I don't even really crave this. So it's at the
It's the
same
same
time
thing.
every day. So it's a habit, Lori.
Yeah,
So do something
that's how I
different.
was like at the end of the day, needing something. If I was going to eat dark chocolate, it was the end of the day. And I will say, since not having dark chocolate at the end of the day, I've been sleeping better. And I think it was because
I
I was
bet.
having that caffeine and that sugar just a little bit before bed. And even though it was a couple squares, it for sure affects sleep. And
Lori,
this
try
person.
either like a glass of water or something. I would do a slim if you can do it. Do an extra slim during that time.
Hmm.
Oh, yay. Jack said that she was craving vegetables today. That's a
That's awesome.
milestone. That's really good. And Lori said her snack was horrible and she's embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. We've
Yeah,
all have bad habits we're breaking.
absolutely.
Yeah, Misty said wine every night. Plexus killed that for the most part. Yeah, me too. But it killed the desire for it, but it was that habit
Habit, yeah.
that I had to break. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Um, all right. So yeah, whenever I feel like I want something, but I know I'm not really hungry, I'll have a slim with LaCroix, and that satisfies me.
Yeah. It's so good. I've been doing mine with just regular sparkling water and a squeeze of lime, and I feel like I have died and gone to heaven. Like it is the best. Like I could never have another real cocktail again, and like genuinely, it's just that good.
Yeah, it's
So
fine.
I
It's
gotta,
fine. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about what's the next thing? So what are we gonna do?
Mhm.
Um, for me, I never did Fab Four before. Like I always ate healthy and I always tried to make sure I had, but it's such an easy way to look at your plate and look at the way you're eating that I just find it so easy that I'm definitely keeping that up. And
Same.
the smoothies, making the smoothies that like thinking that way. Even if I'm like trying to grab something really quick, I'm like, okay, I had my protein. Okay, I had my fiber. Like, it's just super easy. Even if the meal doesn't even go together, like it's just random things, I make sure I get those 4 categories in.
Well, and I think also if you're going out to eat or you're somewhere where you have a little less control of what you're eating, if you are for sure looking for those 4 things, you're going to at least get really close to what you need and you're going to feel more sustained and you're not going to have, I mean, if you're reaching for the protein, fat, fiber, and greens, you're going to be doing great.
Right.
Even if there is a little bit of something in what you're eating.
Right.
I put broccoli in my smoothie this morning. I felt like that was a milestone. Yeah, because I get a vegetable delivery box every week and you don't really pick what's in it. So I got 2 pounds of broccoli. So it wasn't too bad.
Judy has travel coffee.
Like what do you do when you're on the road? Is that what you're asking, Judy?
I think that might be what she's asking. So I'll tell you what I did today. I was meeting a friend well, she said we were going to have coffee and like quiche or something at this place, but I knew I wasn't going to have the quiche. So I actually brought it in my Plexus container. I put my bone broth protein powder in there, my MCT oil, and my ghee. And I ordered an almond milk latte. And I just poured it in there and I like swished it around. And so I had my protein coffee shake, my mocha. And that's what I had. So I do that a lot when I'm going somewhere. That's what Judy wanted to know. Like, what do we do? Judy, we're talking about convention, doing fat bombs, making them at home, freezing them, bringing them, and then we'll have them at convention for coffee, for snacks. And Vital Proteins does a creamer. It's a nice package, and it's the collagen and coconut milk. So that's a healthy fat with the protein. So I'm going to bring some of those too. Yeah. I brought lunch the other day to a meeting at a restaurant. It's just like, I don't care anymore. Like,
That's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna take fat bombs to New York this weekend, and I'm gonna probably take stuff for my coffee too. So,
yeah,
I'm just not willing to sacrifice not feeling good.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like to know now after we've done this for 21 days, like what are you willing to have to and you know you're gonna feel bad. Like I know if I have a glass of wine, I'm gonna have a hot flash the next morning. It's just I know that's what's gonna happen. So for me, it's like, well, is it worth it to have this glass of wine? You know, sometime it will be. Like it's, not the end of the world. But you just know kind of what you're in for. I don't really, that's pretty much the only thing I feel like I have like that or my tequila or something, but I don't I don't choose foods anymore that I know will give me an upset stomach or, just make me feel sick.
Yeah.
I just don't choose those anymore. It's not, that for sure is not worth it for me.
Right.
Aw, Judy, thank you. Lori says, I struggle with coming up with meals for me and my kids. Lori, how old are your kids? Because I feel like I literally we shop obviously, specifically for things, but I also feel like I open up the fridge and go, okay, here's my protein. Here's my veggies. Here's my greens. Where's my fat? And I just put it in there.
I also wonder about getting your kids involved. I cooked a lot with my mom when I was growing up, and it made me have a love for cooking now as an adult because I got experience in the kitchen 2015 and 13. Yeah. So I think even maybe talking through the Fab Four with them and showing them I think because then it's not just on you to come up with a meal, but like they're getting creative with you and it becomes like a family thing.
Right.
Maybe not everybody's all picking the meal at one time, but if your 13-year-old's home and you're like, help me pick out a Fab Four combo to do.
Yeah, definitely
Because it is
getting
like
them
what,
involved. Because they're
yeah.
all old enough. They're all old enough to understand it, to help you come up with ideas and make a plan for the week, or even, maybe each one picks something, a week. So out of the 3 days, you've got 3 meals that a kid has picked. And that could just basically be the protein. The protein and the veggies really is what you're needing to pick.
Yeah.
They're on board, but I'm not as creative and inventive with food. I actually hate cooking. Lori, hey, I'm with you. I'm the number one. I kind of changed those with this 21-day challenge. I've kind of started to enjoy like putting stuff together. Then I think even more so involve your kids, because maybe one of your kids really enjoys it or has a knack for it. And there's a talent there that you don't know about.
Yeah. Well, that's when my mom taught me to cook when I was younger. It became more like my siblings and I would volunteer to cook dinner for that night. Like we would want to do that, and we made it a whole production and would like set the table. And I think that's because my mom got us in the kitchen early. Pinterest can help you out with fun food ideas. Oh no, it went away. And then also find ways to modify with what you're watching out for. Yeah, that I do that with Pinterest. I just look at it and like, well, what can I substitute to make this what I want it?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's a great question.
So if anybody has any plans of how you're gonna keep this going, what's your next, like, has anybody got anybody else involved for accountability?
Yeah, I'll be curious to hear who's like, I'm sticking with this. Like for me, I'm not gonna add sugar back in. Like I'm just not. I'm not saying I won't have it if I'm out. Like I'm not gonna ask about every ingredient all the time, but I'm gonna be really careful to avoid it in general. I'm gonna stick to the Fab Four. Like Celia said, I only very few things are worth not feeling good over. And once you realize you feel good and this is why, it makes it a lot easier to keep eating this way, I think.
Yeah, I do too.
But it takes making that connection. Like it took me the longest time to make the connection that ice cream really makes me feel horrible. My 9-year-old made breakfast for dinner last night and was so proud of himself. Eggs and fruit kebabs. He also tried to do challenge with me and he saw me turning down sugar. Accountability. That's awesome.
That is great.
And I think it's so, I mean, getting your kids on board, you're helping them build a lifestyle like this from a young age so they don't have to become an adult and then change their whole lifestyle.
Yeah. So Mickey says she's doing another 21 days.
Good.
That's awesome. Yeah, it
And I
really
think
does.
The more people,
go ahead.
it really does what?
It really sets, like for me, it sets that boundary. Because what I learned in the 21 days, as soon as we started and I started paying attention wherever I was like, I was letting sugar in every day somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, not like a ton, but in a marinade or in something, and I was just like, oh, well, this is just a little bit. Oh, well, this one won't hurt. And I realized after a few days, oh, I was having more sugar than I thought I was. So it's easy to do, to let it in.
Yeah.
And it's funny because nobody's watching you. Nobody would know. But I was so strict because I was like, no, I got my group. Like everybody's counting on me. I can't have sugar. I can't have anything. So Cheryl says that her husband didn't do it, but he was been watching and went grocery shopping. He actually called me to ask what kind size of lettuce I wanted for my burger wraps. Aw. See,
That's
I'm
awesome.
telling you. Yeah, Lori, didn't realize how much so much sugar in our food. And I'm telling you, like, when people watch you and you start feeling better and you're being such a good role model by, really sticking to something.
Yeah.
Even to our husbands, even to the,
Yeah.
even to the adults, not just to the kids.
Well, and I think especially with family members, a lot of times the people we're closest to, they don't want to hear us tell them what to do.
Right.
But if they see us doing it, then they're maybe more likely to jump on board.
Yeah. See you doing it and feeling better. And yeah, they're like, maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Susan. She said, thanks for everything. And Mickey says the videos were helpful. Yeah, I'm glad we decided to do those videos. It was good. I really enjoyed doing, like, I just like picking a topic and really being able to talk about it. Judy's gonna try and continue with the cheat day on Sundays. All right, you let us know how that goes, Judy. Some people can do that. Some people can say, I'm, 6 days a week, and then one day I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I have a hard time doing that. I can't do it. It's I tend to go down.
All or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. All or nothing. I'm going in. So
Yeah. But I do know people who are better when they have like a little bit of what they want in moderation.
yeah,
I wish I was that way.
yeah, I can't do it. So I'm curious on we put the 4 tendencies quiz on there. If you guys like, did it ring true for you? Are you curious? Like, is that something that you're going to use to kind of help you figure out like how to help you reach your goals? Because I found it really true for myself, and it really explained a lot of my behavior. And now I'm able to like just address it. Like, okay, this is what I need. And as long as I have all my information, I can because I used to like set goals and not be able to reach them. And now I know, like, I can set a goal, but I have to know all the reasons behind everything, and I have to be on board 100% with it. And then I'm good. And then I'll do it.
Yeah. I just have to decide I'm going to do it. So
Judy says she usually has trouble too, like having a cheat day. And Susan said, I don't plan on a cheat day, but when I mess up, I call it a cheat day.
that's funny.
That's like, what is that saying about asking forgiveness after you do something?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. I'm that way the opposite sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, I guess today I was fasting because I didn't eat anything.
I've done that a few times. That's funny.
All right, guys, you have any questions?
I would definitely encourage any of you who took the 4 tendencies and you find that you're an obliger, which means you really need outer accountability. I'm an upholder. That means that if it's a rule, or if I think it's a rule, or if it's not a rule, I'll make it a rule. Like, if it's a rule or a standard, I'm going to follow it. And if there's not one, I'll make one up. But if you're the kind of person who you need accountability, then put that in place, whether it's a family member or a best friend, or pick 2 best friends and have a group text. My friend Tori, who's in this group, she and I last year did 100 days of no sugar, no processed foods, no flour, no alcohol, no dairy, no gluten.
100 days.
Yeah, it was fruits, vegetables, meat, And that was kind of it. And it's so funny because both of us said there were so many days that we thought about quitting, and then we remembered the other person was still going. And sometimes we were thinking it on the same day and we didn't know it until later. But because we knew the other person was counting on us not to quit, we didn't quit. And it's just that accountability of knowing there's someone else doing this with me and I can't let them down. So if you're that kind of person, you may find a best friend or somebody to say, like, let's text each other.
Susan says she's a real follower too. And
Yeah.
what, 100 days? I know. I was like, dang,
I
Katie.
know. It's
You
funny
start
because
out
we
at
first
100?
decided we were
Didn't
going
you
to
start
do,
out at 60 and then you're like, I'm just going for 100?
yeah, we were going to do 2 months, and then we decided to do 4 months, and then we cut it back to 100 days because we got to 100 and we were like, we feel like we've accomplished this goal. So we changed. So we did 100, yeah. Lori, the post about
The four
the four
tendencies.
tendencies.
Go back and check it out.
We can,
I posted
yeah.
it. It was a video that I did, and then I posted the link to the quiz in the comments, and it's fascinating. It's really fascinating. So so I'll just go over them quick in case nobody and other people don't know what it is. So upholder meets outer expectations and meets inner expectations. That's Katie. Discipline is my freedom is their motto. So really upholder. I mean, honestly, with an upholder, you have to like pull them back and say, it's okay. You don't have to do it all. Because
Yeah.
you set your standards so high. And like she said, like they make their own rules. Our daughter is an upholder. I mean, like since she was little, I'd be like, you made up that rule. Like that's not a rule in life.
That's for sure.
And then obliger is meets outer expectations, resists inner expectations. And their thing is you can count on me and I'm counting on you to count on me. So the outer expectation, but that's kind of cool because if somebody's expecting something from you, you will do it.
Mhm.
So like say if you were in this group and you're an obliger and we were counting on you and that was enough of an accountability for you, you would do it.
Yeah.
Susan says, right now cherries taste like chocolate. I know, right? It's like all the healthy food tastes so good. I love that.
Yeah. I ate a strawberry this week and I was like, this tastes like candy. Like it was life changing. It was so good.
Yeah, so good. So questioner, which is what I am, resists outer expectations, meets inner expectations. And our motto is, I'll comply if you convince me why. So, yeah, I basically just, if it makes sense to me, I'll do it. If it doesn't make sense to me, I won't do it. Like, I won't do it. Like,
You need to be
simple.
convinced.
As simple as this morning, I was driving my husband to work and a person turned right on a red and he's like, what the heck are they doing? I said, oh, they're a questioner because they just decided there's no cars coming. This makes no sense why I'm sitting here at this light. I'm going.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I totally would do that. I'm like, this makes no sense. Why am I sitting here? Go.
That's funny.
So that's how I live my life. And then rebel, which I think is just, I don't know how they live their lives. Rebel, resist outer expectations, resist inner expectations. And their motto is, you can't make me, and neither can I. What the heck do you do with that? So we actually, Katie and I are doing this course about these four tendencies. We love it so much that we signed up for this course with the author. Oh, it's so cool. And so she did a call last week and her like moderator guy, apparently he's a rebel. So she was describing him and then he gave some examples of how he has to do things because he literally won't do things. And so he said a simple thing is like cleaning his house. If like say his wife told him like we need to clean the house because guests are coming over, like that, no. Like if anything, it'll be like, I'm not going to clean the house because you just said I should clean the house. But he said he has to say like, okay, why would I clean the house? I would clean the house because I don't want to be embarrassed when my guests come over. It's
Yeah.
like this whole like identity thing. It's not even an expectation. It's more of an identity of, I look like a clean person and I have I'm responsible and I have a nice house, and that's what gets him to clean the house. He said he has to make decisions like that. Like even he works for himself. So he has to set that up. Like, why do I want to work today? Well, I would like to get paid. So
So funny.
yeah. So I would read into that a little more. You can even Google it. You don't need the book. I mean, I would recommend the book or the audio. I think it's amazing. But you could also just Google it. You could take the test, and then you could also Google and get like a little summary of everything. But I really think that it helps you when you know yourself and what motivates you, then you can set your goals accordingly.
Yeah.
Lori says, geez, that's me. Are you a rebel, Lori?
I think she said that when you're talking about questioner, about the stoplight.
Okay.
Like why sitting at the stoplight.
And then you're with me, Lori, because I just...
Which is so funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody would run a stoplight. Like, for sure you're going to go to jail for that. Like, all of a sudden I'm in a panic mode. Oh, the rules. Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for all the compliments and all the participation. This is really more than what we expected, and we're so, so happy.
Yeah. Y'all made it great because you all participated. You all commented and you got on the videos and you shared a lot. A lot of you were very honest and vulnerable and shared even when you decided to have ice cream or wine, and then you got back on the wagon and kept going. So,
yeah,
which is a big deal. A lot of people would be like, I had the chocolate, screw it. And so many of
I'm never going back to that page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was
thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It was great.
Yeah.
We've loved it.
That was
We have loved all of you guys. So I think that's all. If y'all end up watching this, those of you who watch it after, like the replay of it, if you have questions, feel free to add those in the comments. And if you haven't taken the quiz, I would definitely encourage y'all to do that. And other than that, I think that kind of wraps this up.
Thanks, Susan. Susan says it's great. Oh, Lori says she was the obliger.
Oh, only one to slip up. Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
you are not the only one to slip up. Obliger meets outer expectations, resists inner expectations. So you need somebody to keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Your boss probably loves you.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Obligers are good with bosses.
Yeah.
How long, Susan, how long will this be up? We haven't really officially decided, but we'll give you a little chance to kind of review some things, but then we won't be adding more stuff to it or anything. It's over. The party's over. All right.
Okay. I think that's all. Thank you so much, guys. We've had a great time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.